Hello, Hetero Horsham. You can put this on pause right now and go grab these and make that a habit for everything that I send you to grab these because otherwise it's like I'm speaking a foreign language, and it's imperative that you know these. This one and this handout, these two. But this one most importantly, because I want you to follow along with what I'm saying. The greatest Christmas story ever written or ever will be written is the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and it begins, I'll just paraphrase here, it begins with Jacob Marley was dead as a doornail these past 7 years. For all of I'm about to tell you, you must know and must believe Jacob Marley was dead. So he sets the stage that after that, you've got to know at least that. That's the fundamental, that's the basic. And if you don't understand that, then anything he says is just not going to mean anything to you. So this is the same with this, just knowing the scales and knowing the basics of what a scale means. Because that's the way I have to communicate. If I say you have to go to the third of the scale, you have to know what that means, or otherwise, by definition, it's meaningless, and it's not going to register, and it's not going to be useful to you, and you will forever be a guitarist who just says, well, where do I put my finger now? What string on what fret? And you're going to find that at some point, that's going to be unrewarding and unsatisfying, and I hope you're at that point. So. I'm just going to quickly review this, and once again, on our handout here, I want you to follow. I'm going to start on this E. This is an E note, E, A, D, G, B, E, all stuff that I said, so I'm going to go through it quickly. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. That's what the notes are on this open string guitar. So if I start at just choose, I could start anywhere, but I'm going to start for convenience on string 6 because that's an E string, and that makes everything very visible to you, and it's all relatable to every other note that there is and every other string. If I play I just played a chromatic scale. As you saw, I played every note possible on string 6 down to the double dots, which means an octave. That's the sound of an octave. Here's an E, an octave away. Higher note than this E by an octave. So that's not the scale that you normally hear. You normally hear a scale that goes Do, Re, Mi scale. That's the scale that we refer when you hear first, second, or roots, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths. It's referring to these, what are called specifically degrees of the scale. But if I'm playing an E chord and I say, well, there's a second in that, or a ninth, but that comes later. That means that I have an F sharp, because E, F sharp, the second is first, root, open string, E. The second is an F sharp, the third is a G sharp, the fourth is an A, the fifth is a B, the sixth is a C sharp, and the seventh is a D sharp. That's a major 7, and then a repeat of an E. So we have 12 frets here and 12 notes, and then a repeat. That's what I played when I played the chromatic scale, every note. But you notice that I cut notes out. I only played 7 notes and then a repeat. And those 7 notes were the E, the F sharp, the G sharp, the A, the B, the C sharp, the D sharp, and the E. I cut out notes. And which notes did I cut? Well, there's a simple formula that you don't have to be, all you have to be able to do is memorize a phone number. It's 2-2-1, 2-2-2-1. That's the number of skips, non-musical. The twos are called musically whole steps. The ones are called half steps. That makes sense, right? So you have 2, starting with E, skip 2. That's do, re, skip 2. Do, re, mi. Skip 1, which just means go to the adjacent one. And then skip 2, skip 2, skip 2, 1. So I've now paired those 12 notes down from fret 1 to fret 12. I've now paired them down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a repeat. We've been using a major pentatonic scale and a minor pentatonic scale. I've covered that. We'll cover that again and again. But in the major scale, major pentatonic scale, we paired those 7 down to 5. And those 5 are, so I have 2, 2, and then I skip 3, skip 2, and then skip 3. Let's call that a long and a short interval. So I have a short interval, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now a long interval of 3. Now a short interval of 2. Now a long interval of 3. That comes out to, my girl. Excuse me. But that would be pretty cumbersome to play a guitar longitudinally like that. So we have to put that down so that we can play it. So that we can play it going down the guitar like that. And so how do we do that? Well, we know that. What happened there? Oh, that's because they're five apart. The notes are 5 apart. A note here, 5 notes north of here on the string south of it, on below it, is going to be the same note. That's how we tune the guitar when it's in tune. And then we move up when we get to string 3, we move up to fret 4 to tune it. And then back string 2, fret 5 is the same as string 1, open. I'm going through this quickly because we've done it before. I just want you to really, really comprehend this. Because I'm going to be speaking, I speak in terms of thirds, fifths, etc. And you have to know how to find them and what they mean. So we have, that's a little check I always tell students, if you just play My Girl like that, you know that you're playing the proper major pentatonic scale. So the major pentatonic scale, a short interval, a short interval, a long interval, a short interval, and a long interval. But this is key. We get the terminology of seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths. We get that totally from that Ionic do, re, mi scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Here's the second. And then when I speak of the second, whether we're talking in a major pentatonic scale or not, the second is derived from this scale, this do, re, mi scale. It's an easy way to remember the first scale that you ever learned. And when I say the third, it's from that scale. It's from the major pentatonic, the major scale, the Ionic scale, the do, re, mi scale. I'll call it the do, re, mi. That one. And when I say the fifth, I'm referring to the fifth of, once again, and always the do, re, mi scale. So the fifth would be, here's the first, that's the root, E, F sharp's the second, G sharp's the third, A is the fourth, and the fifth is a B. Now, that's not the fifth note. This B is not the fifth note that you play in a major pentatonic scale where we paired from 7 to 5 down. That would only be the fourth note that we play in that major pentatonic scale. So when I refer to the fifth, I'm always, or any teacher that you have, anything that you look on YouTube, is when they say the fifth, they're going to be talking about the fifth of this major pentatonic scale. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. With all of that, I just want you to embrace that and go through, use this to follow what I'm saying. If I start at any string here and just use that 2-2-1, 2-2-2-1, I'm going to end up with a major scale, the Ionic scale, the do, re, mi scale. I just did a do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. It should be intuitive to you, that any of these open strings, their major scale, when played along that string, is going to be the same. I'm going to stop at the same frets. I'm going to start on A and just use 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Well, they're the same frets that I stopped at for the E. If I go to D, which is string 4, same frets, because they're all spaced similarly, and those spacings determine the quality of that scale that you're playing, and that's the most popular scale. That's the scale that most of our music is based on. So with that, you should know that anything that I play with an E chord that has this E bass on string 6, when I play up in these first 4 frets, is going to be using the same frets. Whatever I play, if I play that in E, if I move down to string 5, I'm going to be using the same frets, playing the same pattern. It's just going to be in a different key. The first one is going to be accompanying that chord. You can hear that they're complementary. If I go down here, it's going to accompany that A chord. When I go to D, I have this little, because string 4, string 3, and string 2 are tuned from string 3, fret 4, not fret 5, I have to accommodate and move my note down, and it comes out, excuse me. See, I'm on fret 3 now here to get that octave, and then finish it up the same way. So I'm going to do those individually for you in the next video. Okay, hope that helps.